For this assignment, you're going to look for a primary research article about a new drug. So, what is a primary research article? It's an article that was written by the person or people who conducted the research. It will describe an experiment. The article will tell you what was being tested and who it was tested on, along with the results of the research. These articles are easy to identify by reading the abstract or summary of the article. Let's look at some right now. So what we're looking at right now is an article about algoliptin, which is the drug I'm researching. Here's the abstract. It's a description of the article. And when I read it, I can find out what the article is about. The main purpose of the current study was to investigate the effect of a combination of algoliptin peptidase and lansoprazole, a proton pump inhibitor, compared with algoliptin monotherapy on glycemic control in patients with type 2 diabetes. This is telling us that this study studied the impact of the drug on people with type 2 diabetes. This study was a multi-center randomized open-label study. 100 type 2 diabetic patients were randomly assigned to either algoliptin with lansoprazole group or the algoliptin monotherapy group. So it's telling us right here who was tested, 100 type 2 diabetic treatments. And then at the end, it tells us the result. The study showed that although combination therapy with algoliptin and lansoprazole more effectively elevated serum gastrin levels compared with the monotherapy, the effect of the combination therapy on glycemic control was equal to that of the monotherapy. So it's giving us the results. This right here, it tells you what was being tested, who it was tested on, and the results. So this is a primary research article. There are other kinds of research articles, and let me show you an example of one right now. This is also an article about algoliptin, which is the drug that I am studying. And it starts off, here's the abstract or the summary. Diabetes is a chronic metabolic disease with significant health impacts on individuals and societies. It's giving me information about the prevalence of diabetes in Canada. It's talking about the different problems that diabetics can have. It's talking about the fact that there are 11 classes of drugs that are approved for use in Canada, and it talks about them in detail right here. And then at the end, it tells me, upon review of the draft CDR and clinical pharmacoeconomic reports, the manufacturer asks that the requested listing criteria be modified to reflect the indication under review. So this right here is something that we call a literature review. It isn't describing one particular study. It's not talking about an experiment that was conducted on one group of people. What it's doing instead is it's giving you an overview of all of the work that's being done on this topic, and it's identifying various studies that relate to this topic. So you could use a literature review to find a primary research article, but it's not a primary research article. If you scroll down to the next area, you'll see a video that will show you what resources we have here at the Cerritos College Library that you can use to find primary research articles on new drugs.